Welcome to another episode of Rise with Reis as we come live to share with you ways to elevate your true self so you can attract your highest match, your twin flame. Today's topic, we're going to talk about being able to have mutual respect and being able to give what it is you desire. And so if you truly want your twin flame to show up and nurture your needs, I have a question for you. Are you truly showing up and giving exactly what it is you want? Because it's really easy to be triggered. And let me say this. So there's so many different people and so many different levels, and everyone's needing to do something different. Sometimes you need to set a boundary. Sometimes you need to be open to receive. But the key in this is, are you really setting a boundary? Or are you putting up a wall? Are you still being triggered because they're triggering your emotions? So Reis, share with us a little bit about your experience with giving what it is you want and supporting your twin. And the other piece I would say in that for people, because we had a question about this in the comments in our Facebook group, which you have not got into our Facebook group, check out the link above or below. Reis and her twin is in there every week going live, doing different moon meditations and readings every week. So you're going to want to get plugged in there and get a lot more content, a lot more information. But so this is something that I feel is so important to think about really deeply, because we think we've done the work or we think we are supporting them. But this is where I want people to really, really dig, because even if you're not with them or they're ghosting you, you can still, through energy, truly see the blessing and the gift that they've given you and still support them from an energetic level, giving them love, giving them space, providing for them what their needs are in that place. So it really depends on where you are. And that's what I was about to say, because everyone's different place on this journey. Some people are, like I said, needing to set that boundary. Some need to just learn how to receive and to allow themselves to. There's something trying to come in. I don't even know what it is right now, Reis, but I'm gonna let you take over, and then I'll tell you what it is, because there's a download coming in. This is really deep. I can feel it.
Ooh, I love it when we get downloads, Dr. Harmony. So following on what you're saying, really, really important to, I would say, within my twin flame relationship, I've had to learn to go within and listen to myself. A lot of the time I've projected and I focus so much on my twin and what he needs to change and what he needs to do, instead of reflecting it back to me. So doing that inner work, really finding that space to connect with yourself and using that mirror technique that they're showing you. So if there is space that is needed, why is that needed? What is that showing you? And how can you use that to the best advantage? So a lot of us can go into a place of wanting to control and wanting to take over and dominate this. And actually it's something we're going through at the moment, Dr. Harmony, which is really good, because we're actually about mutual respect, talking, communicating, having open conversations, but actually learning to listen to ourselves, learning to listen to each other, and being very, very clear on boundaries. You touched on boundaries, which was really, really huge. And going back to basics and actually writing boundary down and being very, very clear about what your needs are and how vulnerable you are. And I feel it's really important to be open about how vulnerable you are. And I had a really good conversation with my flame last night, which was quite in depth, about our vulnerabilities, about areas that he was touching and triggering and creating, which was showing up in me, what then I needed to work on in order to then bring it to the table and actually have that open communication, rather than telling him what he needed to do and what he needed to change and what, in order to do all of this. It was actually about what I needed to do, what I needed to change, and then bring that to the table so then we can come into alignment with each other. But it's getting clear on this, getting really clear. And a lot of us are in a state of confusion because we're so busy looking for these external validations. We're focusing on what they need to change, what they need to do, what's wrong with the situation, instead of actually going into that space, listening to yourself, tuning into yourself. And this is a huge part of the whole process, is actually creating that beautiful relationship with yourself. Because in order to come and get into full union with your twin flame, you have to really, really come into alignment with yourself first. And it's a beautiful journey of growth and development that you go on. And it's an everyday approach. Yeah. A lot of people go, oh, it's miles away and I can't achieve it, and I'm coming against all these blocks and these hurdles and it's not going to happen for me. Well, it is. You are the block. You need to get out your own way and actually recognize going into that space, listening to yourself and actually honoring being present is really, really key here.
So what was coming through a while ago was that, your twin flame takes you down a path of awakening the divine within yourself. Okay. So because this whole journey is about, connecting to your divine self, stepping into your God self, then basically that is where you will meet your twin flame at when you're in that space. Okay. So what you really need to focus on is looking at everything that happens from a divine place, knowing that whatever's happened, if they're triggering you, if they're not doing what you want, to know that they're doing what they need to do to show you a side of yourself you haven't seen yet. And so that being said, like you're saying, do look in the mirror. But the key that can help you bypass this is what was coming through, and I told you it was so deep. You can bypass it if you choose to rise above it and you choose to truly see the situation and through the eyes of the divine and look at them as if they are divine. So no matter what they're doing, you need to look at the innocence in their wound, their trauma, their pain. Why are they doing these things? So when you can disconnect from the idea that it's about you and that, they're doing this to you, not for you, technically, as I'm always saying, but when you see them truly, the innocence in all the situations, then you can begin to have the empathy, compassion. And these are the divine things inside of us that are waking up. And from that place, then now this again depends on where you're on the journey. So this would be probably if you're in this state, in this place of being triggered, them showing up to show you, you what you need, or maybe that they've ghosted you every time you've, decided to have communication after you've healed a layer of your own wounds. But on the flip side of that, when you move that button, no matter what they do, will never trigger you again when you heal yourself. So that being said, the key in this is to focus from a divine place of what you desire and to show up giving what you desire. You see, and this is where the mutual respect comes in. This is where the peace comes in, that you show up as who you want to be with. Okay. And that means if you want then someone, and let's just say someone, okay, because this might be a stepping stone for you to the one, that I've had many stepping stones. So this might be a stepping stone to get you to a higher level of version of you that's going to attract a higher version of you from a quantum entanglement standpoint that is higher connection. And everyone's journey is different. So you can't bank it on one pathway or one cookie cutter thing, version of this, because everyone's lessons were different. We've all went through different things. So looking at this through the divine and choosing to have empathy and compassion, and then get on your own path and say, I don't know, I'm not going to make them responsible for this, but I know I'm going to have this. And this is what I've done. And then from there, that attracts to me that which I am. And when I show up giving what it is I desire. Now, I got to tell you, so as I've moved into my highest match now, into the highest version of me, and have that mirror and that flame and that match, he calls me a kingmaker, because I show up And I tell him, one of my missions in this is to make him feel the way he makes everyone feel. See, he hasn't received that which he gives. And I've seen that. So it's my mission to make sure he receives what he gives everyone else.
Yeah.
And that being said, that magnifies, because then that makes him want to give back to me more than he gave me to begin with, because now it made him just blow up and blossom, you see. So it's a positive aspect of this than the negative aspect. Depends on where you are in your journey as to how you can handle that. But no matter where you are in your journey, if you give what you want, you're going to get it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to come straight back to you. And I love how you just shifted that vibration around everything.
Yeah.
So actually putting actually a totally different awareness on it, valuing the qualities, really taking a step back and seeing the higher aspect, as you said, from the divine, is really, really key. So pure as well. And being able to actually emotionally disconnect, we say, from our triggers, and being able to go, there's different
This
techniques.
is how you do it. That's what I'm saying. The fastest track is stop focusing on them, which is what we're always saying in the perfect inner work challenge. Don't work so hard. Stop looking at yourself in some ways. Okay. And if you've not got into that free challenge we did, it's still available. You can get access to the link above or below. Very powerful. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is some powerful stuff I told you we're talking about.
Does it? Yeah. So actually letting go of those emotions, understanding those triggers, and really going into that higher aspect of really going to shift your vibration, change it up. And this is what I say, and I talk a lot about this. It's actually everything is a vibration. Everything is on attraction. So where you're at, you are going to attract in what you need, what you have to grow. So let's do that way. Let's raise that vibration. Let's really look at the qualities and really reflect on those and bring those in and actually big them up as well. And this will activate your higher heart. It will really help shift you on such a powerful, enormous level.
And this actually heals your wounds. This is what I'm saying. I did this. This actually heals the wounds you're trying to heal when you move it to the divine and you shift beyond all of it, because it transmutes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It transmutes it through your own compassion and empathy.
Yeah, and it happens so quickly. A lot of us feel that because it's been there and we're never going to get rid of it, that actually there's nothing that can change it. This is what we're stuck with. This is it. This is your reality. It isn't. This isn't. Bring that love in. Really focus on this. Bring that higher vibration in. And you will see, honestly, a huge shift. You will see magic unfold. Beautiful.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people making comments. So just know, if you guys have questions, make sure to leave us your questions, because we're going to answer a few questions towards the end. And we want to welcome all of you that are here. And make sure, if you're just tuning in, I just want to kind of give you a heads up, because a lot of people have came in, that this is the Rise with Reis show that we do every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in that, it's about you becoming and elevating to your true self, so you can attract your highest match, your twin flame, your mid-reflection. And we have Reis with us, that's been with her twin flame, married for 11 years. And our goal in this show is to help you be able to see some, blind spots that's been preventing you from really moving forward in your journey, really. And today's episode is all about mutual respect. And I kind of started this with a question, and now we have several more people on here. So I want you to really let this question sink in. Are you truly giving out to your twin, or whoever is to be with you, or anyone for that matter? Are you giving what you want? Are you able to show up just the same that you want someone to show up for you? Let us know that. And if you are, let us know how you're doing that. And if you're not, let us know what you're doing, because most people aren't, because they're looking within themselves and their own wound, and they're blaming the other person, or they see it all outside of themselves. So, Reis, go ahead and share with us a little bit about what you think. Why are people doing this?
So why are people doing this? So again, it's that a perspective of your reality. It's seeing, you're looking externally around it. And actually, I'm really going to challenge you to go out today, really go out today and shift your perspective around what you're doing, around your actions, and see how that then aligns with what you attract. Go out there and compliment, go out there and be grateful, and
Yeah.
actually share that and see how your energy and how powerful it is and how it can shift, change, and how it can elevate everyone and lift everything around you.
Yeah, because you don't
Just
even
like,
have to do this. I don't mean to cut you off. This is like I told you, it's coming in night.
come in, come in.
So, you don't even have to do with your twin flame. Just show
No,
up, and everywhere you go, leave a smile, speak to someone, give them what you want to feel, and step outside of what you want from your twin and start giving other people what you want from your twin. You don't have to give it to
exactly.
your twin.
Align.
Give it to someone else, because then you are still becoming it.
Yeah, align with what you actually want, what you deserve, what you are worth, and go out there and shift that frequency today. We are in such a high energy at the moment, so really, really go out there. And I put you to the challenge. Go out there and shift that frequency, and really see how powerful you are. See how powerful your energy is, your vibration is, and see how you can lift it. Now, I'm not talking about people pleasing, going out there and trying to, it's actually shifting that within you. Let's raise that vibration and then see how it manifests and unfold within every experience that you have. And then reflect on that and reflect on actually how powerful you really are and how you are in control. You are your power, your own powerhouse. It's so, so powerful. So, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has different experiences. And it's understanding how to value those, taking that third party perspective of everything, not and understanding.
An observer. Become the observer.
Become that observer. And I feel that is so, so key in this, because a lot of us, we're talking about those triggers. We're talking about how, you know, we can go out and even somebody cutting us up on the road can trigger us. You know, we can feel angry, we can feel, you know, resentful towards them. And you know, some people, they can hold on to that all day. So it's actually shifting a different perspective, understanding the emotion, allowing yourself, allowing that to flow through you. So actually disconnecting from that and becoming that third party awareness where you're looking at everything from a different perspective brings in that empathy, brings in that compassion, and it helps you grow. And when you're actually doing that process, you'll be able to connect with your higher self so much more easier. The guidance will come in, tune in, and allow that to focus and receive that information, and then trust that information of what's coming to you. So learning to trust yourself on this is huge, yeah? Because actually when we are connected to our divine self, our higher self, and we are really working with ourselves and in tune with ourselves, we are in total trust, and we are in total knowing that actually everything is here for a reason.
Yes. So true.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of looking at my notes to make sure I'm thinking that I wanted to mention, but the thing I wanted to kind of recap and really hit home on here is the importance to realize that the twin flame journey is a healing journey, and that it is a self journey. It's not so much about the relationship as it is your personal path. And so in that, it's about a reciprocal process that becomes harmonious if you can dance the dance in you, inside of you. And when you can find that balance between your resistance and your surrender to letting go of the control through the mindset shifts you're talking about and where your perspective is, that's a shift in mindset. And so it all starts with your mindset of shifting that perspective so you can come to your heart and connect to your higher heart that allows you to see everything through the lens of love. And so, yeah, so very beautiful. So if you're just joining us, make sure to check out the links above and below. And Reis, do you want to share with people a couple tips that, you know, can help them? You already kind of did, because I love what you sent them out there for today. But talk briefly about what you could offer inside of our Facebook group, where you've been coming in even more than once a week and providing a lot of content for them there. What's there that could help them with this?
Okay, so me and my twin flame, we show up every week and we do a live question and answers. So it's great to see the divine masculine's perspective and actually really get stuck in. Now, it is raw, it is real, and we are showing up, and we work so hard on using all of this within our relationship. So actually you're getting a real face-to-face relationship within our group. I do a weekly reading as well, a healing reading, which it really, really works. Show up, align yourself to the content.
Yeah, they're on point every week, I find.
It's so powerful. And, you know, I use several decks, one of them being yours, Dr. Harmony, which is absolutely beautiful. It's so full of healing, and it's the Twin Flame Ascension deck. It's so powerful. I think you might have it there. Oh my gosh. This, honestly,
I try my own deck up here, right?
if you want a step-by-step guide, get yourself over these. It's got the reading content in there. It's amazing. So we also have a beautiful energy in there where everybody's here supporting each other. We've got a beautiful space where you can show up, you can ask questions, and there is so much love in there from people. It's such a beautiful support network. So if you're feeling lost, you're drifting a little bit, come join us. It is a beautiful, beautiful group. So
yes, and the link is above or below, and it is a private group, just so everybody knows, because sometimes people get in groups and they are afraid of, you know, if they can be themselves and, you know, open up. It is a private space. It's a container for you to feel heard, loved, seen, supported, and Reis and myself are in there supporting people. So make sure to get plugged into that group. And so let's take well, do you have anything you want to add before we take any of the comments and questions here?
No, I feel like we've covered it. It's been such a high.
Yeah, we really we did an entire shift of what we were talking about from the old model when you were talking to a new model, right? Yeah, so if anybody's just joining us, make sure to go back and watch about what we've talked about how to really make these shifts to come out of pointing the finger, and even if you're not, to heal your wounds by shifting your perspective into a place of empathy and compassion, because it's seeing everything through the divine, which will heal you when you do. And you won't have these wounds anymore just from that itself. So, okay, so let's see. Let's start with, let's see, Jeremiah's comment. It's important to focus on ourselves as we gain clarity on, we find the truth and release our own resistance. So we are happy with who we are, not with who we want someone else to be. That's so true. So that's true, because a lot of, and that actually is really good point, because you need to learn whatever you see, and then is who they become for you, no matter who they are as well. And if you don't like what you see in every part of it, that means you need them to change to be with you, and you can't change anyone. No. So the best you can do is change yourself, and to know that what you want, because what they will reflect to you is what you don't want. So now look at what you don't want and know, okay, well, if I don't want this, what do I want? Right? And then show up in what you want every day.
Can I just say, Dr. Harmony, a real emphasis on that, a real emphasis, because I've had a lot of people coming recently that are, it's breaking that resistance. It's understanding that it's when you let go of that blame, and it's them, and it's all about their change, and actually have a new perspective, that's when the growth can come in. And
exactly. That's when happen. And that's when you shift from more of that lower self to your higher self. That's when you step into your true divine self. And that's where you will find the true unconditional love, and, you know, be what it is you desire. And it's going to come to you. It just will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go down a little bit further for a second. And we have, let's see. Repent and believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. Well, this is a path of Christ, that's for sure. The entire pathway is Christ-like, for sure. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, so this is Gina. My love energy unlocked the doors to his heart space. Once I completely disconnected from my false twin, my divine masculine surrendered to his love for me. So that's beautiful, because you went into a state of surrender. So you had to create that disconnection. And some people,
it's letting go, right?
It's the letting go, and they become so fixated on holding on that actually the whole part of the process of the growth is letting go. So it's letting go of that resistance. And it's beautiful that, as you said, it's unlocked the door to your heart space and really opened that up into a whole different area of love, elevated love. That's
Yeah, and it's
beautiful.
a higher version of love.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's no
absolutely.
expectations or conditions there. That's what
Yeah.
the true unconditional love is all about.
Yeah.
So let's see, we have True Crazy Lion. Welcome back. We've seen you here before. You wanted to ask, do you do personal tarot readings? Reis, yes, Reis does
Yep.
readings.
So, yeah, within my sessions, so I do card readings. I read from Syrian Star Deck, amongst the healing cards as well, Dr. Harmony's cards. So, yeah, I use several different decks. So, yeah, if you want to book in as a session, we got the links up. We got
Yeah, the link to
sessions.
book with you is above and below. So
Yeah,
yeah.
the links are above and below. So yeah, the options are there, and then we'll have the session time and we can connect and chat. So yeah, you can message me, email me. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Perfect.
If you're in our group, in our Twin Flame group, I also do a reading every Monday as well to keep you.
Yeah. And that is our Sunday here, right? Is that Reis?
Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, Sunday. I'm in Australia, so it's like time difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So every Sunday evening, right?
Yeah,
Or
so I release it on our Monday evening, so it's your kind of Sunday, Monday. Yeah, ready for everything.
Sunday, Monday, depending on where you are. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see. Jeremiah has another comment.
I always love when Jeremiah comes through. So
I know, right? I thought you were taking it. Sorry. I thought you were.
I love this. Everything is about us reflecting who we are, not expecting others to live their lives for us, but truly expecting others to live the love within themselves. We are beyond stifling the growth of others by trying to micromanage them in this life's journey. That's huge, that one. We are about releasing others to their freedom by loving them and allowing them to meet their true love while they're on their path. Jeremiah, that's so powerful. Micromanaging. When we micromanage, we don't allow the universe to step in and do the work for us. That's that control. And again, letting go and releasing, letting go and releasing others with the freedom. That's such a powerful message.
Yeah, and you really have to do that for your twin, because if you can't do that for your twin, to give them the space to go through what they need to go through, to process what they need to process, to see what they need to see, then they're not ready to go to the next level with you through that. And I recently just went through this myself with this whole energy shift that we've had. I've had so much going on internally that with my flame, I had to have the space.
Yeah.
And not like not anything about like, oh, I can't talk to you or anything, nothing like that. Right. It's just that having the freedom to know that I need to go through what I need to go through, and he can't do it for me, even though he's there for me.
Well, he's there with you. He's aligned with you, and so that never goes. That is totally in support. So that's taking that separation to a higher level.
Yeah, you want to talk about that because you've been married 11 years in it. So
yeah, so you're not fully in that separation. We can talk from being in separation from that lower aspect where we are working in our lower self through fear, through blame, through all of this. And that's when the focus is on everything else. Shifting it, as you talked up to Harmony, to that higher aspect of actually going into that separation. When you are fully aligned to your flame, there is no separation. I actually put a comment on a post that was up last night about one of the beautiful things is that wherever I am, myself and Jonathan, we will align and we'll have this just energy connection where we know we're thinking, we are totally working in harmony, but actually doing that inner work and creating that is so important. And it took me a while to get there because that was it. I was working through that fear, through that insecurity, through that lower stuff that your flame brings out of you. That is part of the cleansing process. And it's really, you have to honor this process. You have to honor that growth, but recognizing how to then shift that to the higher level and knowing that that separation is needed within you. You're never fully separated because you're always fully aligned and in union. Even though you're not physically connected together in the same space, you are there doing the work together, but individually. And the growth is powerful when you recognize that and you shift it back to yourself. The powerful it's so powerful, the growth. I cannot begin to tell you, by shifting that mindset and bringing it to that self-love, instead of working from that fear-based place where we go into this, we're not wanted, we're not loved, we're not needed. And then we're looking at our flame, well, what they're doing, I need this, I need that. And it's recognizing actually what I need, nurturing, shifting that perspective, it's a game changer. And taking that time.
Giving that space and that freedom, even if you're in the same house or not or whatever, but you are, but giving that space. And what I was just saying, what I went through in the last couple of weeks, and having that space from a place of just letting come up what I need to come up, clears it out to actually bring everything together, to move you together further, faster, by getting out of the way what is blocking you from doing certain things you're supposed to even do together.
Yeah. So you went into a state of surrender.
Yeah.
And you just went, I surrender, and the growth just happened, and you went.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't just go into it. I had to work through the layers to surrender.
Wow. Yeah. Yes, that just kind of the resistance.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the path like everyone else, but you do it faster than you used to. You know, the more you're on this journey, the faster you process, the faster you let go of your resistance, the faster you surrender, the faster you move forward, and the faster things move. But the deeper you go every time. I've been hitting some really, really, really core things my whole life. And it's all at the same time. And I think that's an energetic thing for everyone the last couple of weeks. So, yeah. So Trudy is up here. Trudy, last week, after being with your twin again, you had to pray, fast, and not eat comfort food or smoke. The sadness was bringing you to deeper self-love from refusing to be a secret third party. Yeah, and that's the thing for sure. Like, from a respect standpoint, is you never want to be second, right? And if you are, then it's really at a place and personal choice, obviously, but that's not you standing in a place of your own power to be in alignment with, you deserve to be first, right? You deserve, that's what you deserve. So, obviously, and that is a choice of different things. And the thing is, if you are looping back through loops, know that the loops are happening for you to still work through something. Because if you're getting it from them, you're getting it from someone else. That's what I've found. If you're not with them and you haven't healed it, someone's going to come along and show you what you need to see. And it will be a harder smack than it was the first time.
Yeah, I agree. So that's from David.
Yeah,
love ourselves.
Welcome, David. Love that you show up here every week to see us. I know you're driving home from work, from what you've said before, so have a safe trip home. So let's see. I think we're about on the hour here. So just make sure, I want to welcome all of you, and thank you all for having joined us. And make sure if you're just tuning in to go back and kind of see what we've talked about tonight. And tonight's topic was about mutual respect, but knowing that if you want your twin flame, or anyone for that matter, to stand up, show up, and for you, then you need to do the same that you want them to do for you. And we had some very powerful suggestions, and also some very powerful, it was coming in through me as we were talking, when I said, oh, something's coming in. And you won't want to miss it. But the Rise with Reis is every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, when we go live. And then Reis and her twin are also on Fridays with a show now. And then they're also in the Facebook group that check out the links above and below for all these resources. And we have one more comment here. You can really identify with what you've said about everyday situations causing anger and resentment. And you think that you'd benefit from being able to shift your energy like you described. Very helpful. Very good. Very good. So glad that that's very helpful for you, Lion. Very helpful. Awesome. So again, we want to thank everyone for showing up and participating with us. And we hope to see you next week. And may you always face your fears, find freedom, and glow forward on fire. Until the next time, see you next week.